Hi everyone, hope you are not tired. My name is Mushtariy, and today I'm going to talk about efficiency increase of telematics with the new devices. But first, let me a little bit introduce our company. Mielta Technology is a Russian manufacturing company working in the field of production of equipment for satellite monitoring and wheel control. So, the whole telematics community, from hardware manufacturer to software developer to the integrators, actually trying to ensure that the end user receives the data on the basis where they can make a management decision. So, in other words, the data must be correct. The process of generating data is, as you can see, it's multi-level process. So, and the data, if the one of the stages will fail, or the data will be incorrect, the decision will be wrong. The first and most basic level of data collects by using an hardware. Only then the data is processed and transmitted to the software, where further processing such as statistics or analytics will depend on how accurate and how reliable data provided by the equipment. Today, there are many ERP systems where they can work with such a big data and create analytics from existing data. However, all they work properly only if the data on the level, as you can see from the hardware, is correct. Because of that, there are several requirements for the hardware. First, it must be providing accuracy and correctness of transmitted data, even in the most tough operating conditions. It must be waterproof, and as well as compatible with the other softwares, easy for installation, as well as the common interface for configuration. Moreover, actually, every year, the needs of end user is increasing, as well as they want to get more better and more specialized data to make a decision. But if the hardware can get this data, unfortunately, even the software or integrators cannot help. Meaning the hardware must keep up with the time and meet all requirements of end users. In our experience, hardware requirements can be different in different regions. For example, for European countries, it's really important optimization. But for Russian, African, and CIS countries, first of all, is really important Antiwonder proofness, because of theft and sabotage are widespread. Mielta today will present two new products. This is first the Mielta Phantom wireless full level sensor and bulk product for level sensor for bulk products, Mielta. And as well as I will tell today two cases where we introduce our devices and you can see the increase of efficiency in the enterprises. So let me talk about the Mielta Phantom. Mielta Phantom is wireless full level sensor with a completely new component base, equipped with the Bluetooth Low Energy 5.0. And of course, if you are familiar with our company, you know that for us the most important feature is vandal-proofness. So we just could not add this feature to our full level sensor. So the first anti-vandal proof feature is offline operation and writing the data to the black box, which provides protection against loss in the event of transmission failure. In other words, it means that even if the vehicle is not connected, or for some reason the full level sensors data did not send to the tracker, the data will not disappear. It will just collect all data into memory. The second wonderful feature is that our full level sensor is equipped with a shielding sensor. It detects and records any attempt to disrupt or break the signal by covering the sensor. As well, the third wandle-proof feature is drain detection system, which detects also as well and records drains and refills directly inside the sensor without the data processing by the monitoring system. The sensor is also equipped with the accelerometer. It means it can correctly show the data of fuel level even in underslope. Mielta Phantom as well as can work perfectly with some petrol where others actually cannot work properly. It's eco fuel. This fuel is mixed with the ethanol and petrol. And as we know that it's right now in many countries they are using such petrol. As well as fuel level sensors support multiple data transfer formats compatible with the other fuel level sensors, make it easier to replace the sensor of other models. So let me tell you about the case. We sent some samples of Mielta Phantom to our partner in Brazil. The aim project were to reduce fuel expenses. Why we think the Mielta Phantom could handle it? So the main feature of the project in Brazil was widespread use of eco fuel, especially this ethanol fuel in Brazil. Diverse landscapes, plains, steeps, ascent and descent. The descent built-in accelerometer can help correctly detect the fuel level on various slopes. Long transportation and storage of sensor. Our fuel level sensor, as you know from Russia to Brazil, it's too much long distance. So we went a long journey. But due to the efficient energy system, when it works, when the sensor in horizontal position, the battery didn't be affected. While we preparing projects, our Brazilian partner have already given for us feedback and actually confirmed our expectation. It works stably and with the ethanol Brazil fuel, the reduction in the fuel, the saving battery power during the transportation and storage, and the correction of the fuel with the angle of inclination in the vehicle. The second case is related to another new devices, is the level sensor for bulk products. But before I start, let me explain you what kind of such devices has. There are several types of level sensors for bulk products on the market, such as membrane, they are found as well as discrete, as well capacitive and ultrasonic. Each of them has a positive and negative sides. Membrane sensors are cheap and work stably. Capacitive have a high resolution. Ultrasonic device work well at night in the poor visibility. We took into account all shortcomings and tried to create our own ideal sensor. The main difference of our sensor is that it works stably and accurately, detects the level of feeding in the hooper at any weather and any humidity. While others shows incorrect value when the humidity increases. As well as it can just connect with the common interface LS485, which is very comfortable. The sensor is suitable to use from half to 5 meter long deep silos or in hoopers. It's flexible and easily can be shortened during the installation, and it's easily mounted even on the drop side of hoopers. So let me show you now some graphics how it's work each of the level sensors for both products. The first picture is for we can see the operating of a membrane sensor. As we can see, it's obviously staged charts, which it means like the measurement accuracy is low. Usually, they install from 2 to 8 sensors from each silo to see at least the approximately correctly data. Second one is the next slide shows the operation schedule, like graphic or bulk product level sensor from other manufacturers. And we see actually much more accurate the data measurements. However, this sensor is working not properly when the humidity is increasing. And let me show you our graphics of our device. The Mielta bulk product level sensor works in any humidity condition and shows correct data. You can see, if you compare with the previous graphic, you can see the 8 was not the same with the right now. So, we tested the level sensor for our products in one agriculture enterprise of our region in Tambov, in Raskazova city. Our aim was actually to check how it's working, because we said that it's working in any humidity, but we wanted to be sure. They did harvesting in different weather conditions, even when it was snowy, as well as at night, in poor visibility. The harvester was already equipped actually with the tractor, but the integrator did not replace it, because it has a RS485, so he just connected via common interface. Then it was different crops was harvested, such as sunflower, soybean, and corn. At the same time, the farm has various different fleet of combines. Among them, it was even with the folding sides. During the testing, sensor showed, as you saw in the previous graphic, excellent performance even in a high humidity condition. It was from July to November. In poor visibility during the night shift. Correct data about the level of feeding on the field during the harvesting, even in this mill. Equipment costs were too low. The tracker of the low budget segment did not have to be changed since most of them they have RS485. The sensor works steadily on all harvesters in the fleet, regardless of their models. And we tracked the level of feeding in the bucket in the different types of culture. So these two cases are connected with our new devices, due to which integrators and customers were able to solve their issues. Today, we are living in a fast-changing world in which proven solutions do not always give expected effect. So we are coming to the point that complex technologies are becoming easier, and to monitor right now eco-fuels such as ethanol fuel, or to know the grain level of during the snow, now in order to respond for the clients into the future. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have
Thank you very much. Very nice presentation. Actually, it's very interesting that many products for fuel sensor come from the north. You mentioned in your presentation that the humidity, how your sensor can really survive in a high humidity environment. My question is, how about the high temperature? When we come to the Middle East, we always have a really a strong issue related to the high temperature. So I would like to know if your technology is really affected, or the accuracy is affected by the high temperature or not.
Could you tell me, okay, let me give you another question. How the temperature can be the most maximum, for example, plus?
To be honest, I can be in this region.
Yes.
Sometimes the devices should be rated up to 70 degrees to really be able to run. My question is, rated temperature is different than accuracy. My question is, the technology you are using, doesn't the accuracy affected by the temperature or not?
No. Because we have several projects in different regions. Some of them is such a region where its temperature is very high. And for example, let me just give you normal from Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan has also, in the summer it's really hot. So we are already working there, and actually the accuracy did not change. And we have another, like as well, clients in Pakistan, in Kuwait as well. So they are using this our products, and we never face it that the high temperature, can affect the accuracy.
Okay, now let me go from the other side.
Okay.
Because actually this part is for us. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a blind area. So it's important for us to know how can we integrate with such device. Now for the device itself, you say it's okay, but now we move to the tank itself.
Okay.
When a high temperature, does it, I mean, the oil inside have some evaporation or something will affect really the reading from your project experience?
We have one project where the full level sensor was installed to the stationary tank. And without any doubt, I can say that this high temperature did not affect to the accuracy, because there were such companies who is working with only stationary. So why actually we tried even to do wireless full level sensor for them? Because for them, it's not always most important to do online, they needed, they asked for us actually to create some, if it's possible, that the device would not work with the tracker, because they wanted to save the money. For free, normally full level sensor is always working with the tracker. The tracker is kind of brain for everything, and then transferred to the system. And to save money, they asked if it's possible. So we did it something like that, so that it can be for stationary tanks as well. It's radiate, good. And for your question about the temperature, that's I can make you sure that this temperature of, for example, there is a operating temperature in manual as well. Will not affect for the accuracy. But of course, if it will not be 100 plus, for sure it will affect it. But for 75 degrees, it will not be affected.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.